Hey, it's Cousin Vinny here with the Cousin Vinny Network. Good to see you again. A lot of things have happened in the last, week to 10 days that really caught me for a loop a little bit. And so I'm going to try to start off, first of all, saying thank you for all the birthday wishes I got on the 9th and the days before and the days after. I am humbled by all of you and those birthday wishes. And I'm sorry if I couldn't get back to every single one of you individually. I tried, and it just made my day. And you got to think about it. 50 years ago, I wasn't thinking about getting to this point in my life, being 70 years old. When I was 20 years old, life was different. I was sitting in a different place in this world, and everything was different back then. For me, life was not certain. And over the time, things, happen for a reason. And, I don't sit there and sweat a lot of this stuff or worry about it or, think about it a lot anymore. What makes me think more every day is, what can I do today to make tomorrow better? Yesterday is gone, and I can't fix it. I can't change it. It is history. So when I wake up every morning, my focus is on doing things that will make myself better and others if I can. And so we were off schedule for a few weeks. Excuse me. Shouldn't have eaten lunch before I talk. I make that mistake all the time. I'm sorry. I had a schedule. I had an outline that I was trying to maintain and keep. And things happen and you get a little off track. And then you decide, okay, let's get back on track. And I understand that, you don't get a lot of people watching when you go live. And it's not for the live that's important to me. It's that now this is going to be recorded and it will be available for other people to watch and listen to later and maybe make some comments about, what I've had to say. I want to start out with things have changed. Some of you have known I had eye surgery about a year ago on my left eye, which is my good eye, versus my bad eye, which is my right eye. And my left eye has been causing me a couple of issues with eyesight, sporadic blurriness. And it gets concerning when it's the only eye you have. Now, today, it's okay. Yesterday was fine. Tomorrow may be better. It could be worse. I don't know. Hopefully by next Wednesday, we'll get that cured or at least looked at again with the VA. I did go to another specialist, a retina specialist. My retina is healthy. So again, you have things in your life that pop up and cause you to get concerned, and it preoccupies your time. And I understand it. No one likes to have something they can't control or help fix. And I know it's beyond my control, and that's fine. I think that I'll have the experts look at it and decide, what the course of action will be. And I am going to then request a new pair of glasses. As you can see, I'm getting a reflection of my glasses of my screen in my video. And so I need reflective glasses, little things like that, kind of don't bother me, but, just to make the program look a little more professional. I enjoy doing our Tuesdays, did you know that? And that's basically the basis of that show is, did you know that? What we do at the mall every Tuesday, talking about what's going on here at the Crystal River Mall, despite all those things you hear out in the marketplace. All malls are dead. Well, yeah, there are some of them that are dead, and they're never going to come back. There are some unique situations in some of these malls where the climate has changed and the ideas in marketing has changed, and there's new concepts coming out. And that's what we're going through here at the Crystal River Mall. So, did you know that it's really popular on Tuesdays? We talk about the merchants. We talk about what's going on, activities that are going on here. And that's fun. I really love doing those with Millie. She makes my day when we talk. We don't really script it out. We kind of lay out, guidelines of things that we want to address and talk about, and we just let it free flow. And a lot of the podcasters out there don't like that. They like to have everything scripted out. And I'm a free spirit on that. I mean, I can talk on a lot of subjects. And again, I will have my notes. And today I just mentally made some notes last night as I was going to sleep of some of the things I wanted to talk about and some of the things that, we're going to be talking about in the future. We got into last Friday on a topic that meant a lot to me for years, Fiduciary Fridays. And I in your head, and sometimes when you actually do what you thought you were going to do and you do it, and you go back and you look at it and you go, you know what? No, it's not quite like I anticipated or felt it should go. So I pretty much have kiboshed that. I'm going back to everything real estate on Thursdays. We're going to use it for real estate in general, because that's what I've done for the last 35, 40 years of my life has been real estate related in the brokerage side, in the real estate education side. Those are the things that I know the best. And I have other topics that I can talk about to some degree with some basic knowledge. I mean, I'm not an expert in every area, but I know that I can shed some light on some of these activities. So we're going to go back to the Thursdays, type of thing. And then I had another one. I had wrote these up, months ago. Sunday fun days. I'm not sure about that. That's tough because Sundays are tough. You decide that you're going to wake up that morning and what are you going to do? And you decide to get in the car and you go to the beach. The beauty of what I have right here is I can take my podcast with me. That's the beauty of it. So I'm not going to let that hinder me. Like I said, this last weekend for my birthday, I went down to Pinellas County and I stayed in downtown St. Pete. And some of you know that I lived in Pinellas County for a number of years. And I really like it there. And people go, why do you want it? It's so traffic, so congested. It's very vibrant. Business activity is really high. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic and congestion, but there are activities there that spark you. I'm not saying that Crystal River doesn't. It's just a whole different vibe than here. So I decided to stay downtown. I had some Holiday Inn points that I used. I stayed at a hotel across from the baseball stadium. And I was talking to the desk clerk. I said, boy, tough, isn't it? He goes, yeah. Without the games going on, your hotel is empty during this time of the year because season starts, ball season starts, and the players aren't in town, or the spouses or friends or people just coming to watch the games. So it's impacted them dramatically. So St. Pete is going to thrive; it'll do well. So I went downtown for a little bit, and I was going to go out to the new pier, but it was Saturday afternoon and it was just jammed. I mean, the city is bustling downtown. And the pier was busy. So I didn't attempt that. I kind of floated around, found a place to park, and then did some walking around downtown and, hit a couple of little restaurants and shops and got a little bit of back to eat. And then went back to my hotel room and set up my podcasting equipment and just did some recordings, just thoughts, general thoughts. And, when you have the time, and we all should take time to do that, is just do some self-reflection. What is important to me now? And what is important to me tomorrow? Again, like I said, yesterday's gone. Things happen in your life for a reason, and you can't control all of those reasons. I don't want to get philosophical or, preachy or anything like that, but I have had opportunities in my life that a lot of people have never had. And I have squandered some of them, and some others I've taken full advantage of them. And as I was sitting there doing some recordings, playing back and listening to them, that scroll on the bottom of the screen was going through my head. And I can remember the first time I read something by Zig Ziglar. You can get everything in life you want, as long as you help enough other people get what they want. And that's it. I've been watching a gentleman on some of the YouTubes, Gary Vee. Some of you have seen him on there. Very, very motivational. I enjoy his materials. He kind of gives me some spark. He's a young man in his 40s, just looking ahead in the world and in life. And what I'm looking at is my own voice. I'd love to have co-hosts. If you want to be a guest co-host, love to have you on. We can do it remotely, or you can come in studio here at the Crystal River Mall. We have a beautiful studio here. And I invite you to come in and let's just chit-chat. It's not going to hurt you anything. I have, the availability to do a live stream just like I'm doing now, where you can be remotely on screen with me like I do with Millie and a few others. We can just have conversations. I've got one client right now that I was doing some podcasting for, no live stream. And we did the first two, and the third one came up. that we were going to record next week, and he had a family issue. So we've kind of set that one aside. And I've got another podcast that I'm working on. It's in development stage, and I'm producing these and directing and managing these. A sports podcast. Two men who I know personally who love sports, and those are popular. I'm not a sports guy, but it'll be fun to listen, to learn, and to share their excitement about sports. Let's see, we got a little pop up here. Oh, thanks, Paul. Thank you. Again, I invite anybody in our market here in the Crystal River, Citrus County area. Call me. Let's make a time up. Come on in. We can record an interview. We can do a live one. Like I said, we're doing lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays, again at 2:00. The Tuesdays are going to be, pretty much the mall right now, but others. And then the Thursdays will be real estate related. And I'm going to try to get back into a Sunday swing where we just talk about just fun stuff. We may tweak that one and move it around because you don't want to talk about fun stuff on Sunday that's happening. We want to talk about it before it happens. So as we become aware of it, so we may change that to maybe a Wednesday or something like that. Hey, coming this weekend, the weekend update. Oh, that's it. The weekend update. Oh, let me see. Where'd that come from? Oh, Saturday Night Live. So maybe Wednesday could be the weekend update as to what's happening that weekend, wherever it is locally, or if I'm on the road. My feeling is that I don't have to be here. I can be anywhere. You want to do a live stream podcast, at a business, or you've got an idea. Let's throw it around. I mean, I am, like I said, I'm open to creativeness. Again, thank you to everyone who gave me the birthday wishes. Things in my real estate career have changed, and we're getting ready to now introduce some new stuff in the next week. I'm in the beginning stages of it with some other real estate instructors that I know, that I've known for a lot of years, because of the changes in how delivering of real estate education has changed from going to a classroom, doing maybe a live streaming class versus an on-demand class. So there's different characteristics for each of them. And we're trying to find a way to take a blend of those delivery systems and make it something that's palatable. Because a lot of people, when they think about getting into real estate, which I've been doing, like I said, most of my career since 1974, 5, something like that. Been an instructor and broker since 1980. They really don't know what they don't know. They think they can come in, slam the course down, get a 75 or better to pass, just to get past and get the credential to go take the state exam, and they flunk it. The pass rate's only 40%. And why? You're learning a whole new industry, a whole new vocabulary. So I think that's what we're going to talk about on Thursdays is how do you make that transition from another profession or job or career into real estate? Is it for you? It's not for everyone. If you think you're going to get rich quick, good luck. It ain't happening. It's hard work, and sometimes it's very unfruitful. Believe me, you have those months and sometimes many months of no sales, and then you have a flurry of sales. Again, that's just part of the beast. So I think what we're going to start doing, like I said, this Tuesdays, it's just going to be either mall stuff or did you know that? And we'll include that into the mall things because those are things. Did you know that? And we're going to concentrate again locally here in Citrus. But we can take that on the road. We could did you know that on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday? I'm not stuck on a permanent schedule. I like to have some continuity so that you know what you're expecting. And then again, we'll go back to Thursdays with just, real estate in general, education, brokeraging, trends, what's going on, what's happening. And I can't predict the future. I can't even tell you what's going to happen in an hour from now in real estate because there's no telling. And then, we'll talk about fun stuff, that's coming up on the horizon. Like I said, I was down in St. Pete last weekend, and on my way down, I went down US 19, which people go, 19 to Pinellas. Well, I went through Tarpon Springs off alternate 19, and there's a restaurant that I've been eating at down there since 1985. And they used to be on the Sponge Dock, then they moved off to alternate 19, sorry. It's called Mr. Slovaki. If you ever go to Tarpon Springs, go to Mr. Slovaki's. It is the best Greek gyro. not a gyro, not a gyro, but gyro that you can get, and get the extra tzatziki. And if you don't like garlic, you might be in trouble because it is really garlicky, but I love it. And when I was heading down that way, I thought, you know what, I'm going to hit there about lunchtime. Went in and got a gyro, and there was a gentleman there. He wasn't there that day I was there, but he'd been waiting on me since 1985. One of the last times I was there, about 9 months ago or so. He was in there waiting on people. I hadn't seen him in years. And it was kind of neat to go back there and have a real Greek gyro. And then I headed down south, was making my way towards St. Petersburg, but I stayed on the western coast side. And there's an American Legion post. I think it's 237, I think it is. And it's on the intercoastal of Pinellas County. It's one of the few really neat. So if you're a veteran and you have a American Legion card or a VFW card, the American Legion post there, I think it's Indian Rocks Beach, Madeira Beach. Anyway, you can look it up, but got a great location on the intercoastal. Stopped in, grabbed a beer, and kind of just sat and enjoyed the waterfront, and then headed for downtown St. Pete. And like I said, checked into the hotel, talked to the clerk. Basically, they're feeling it. Baseball's gone right now. There's no activities. Downtown is flourished. Oh man, high rises everywhere, new apartment buildings. It's just growing. And you know what? We're going to start to see some of that growth here in Citrus. As the parkway gets completed, there are going to be people from that part of the world who don't want that congestion, who will drive up here or drive back down there to go to work, because it's not that bad of a drive down the Suncoast Parkway. You can get to Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater relatively easy. So I did that, and kind of hung out. And then a good friend of mine from high school took me out to lunch. She took me out to lunch. I've known her for years. Well, I knew her since high school. She was a sophomore and I was a senior at the time. She was dating a good friend of mine. So we went out for lunch in downtown St. Pete, and it was nice. It was enjoyable, and it was a restaurant never been to. It was on the strip there, downtown along the waterfront. And I just happened to mention to the waiter, it's my birthday, so let me see your driver's license. I showed him a license. He goes, no way. I go, yeah. It's your birthday today? Yeah. He said, hey, meal's on us. Not a dessert, but meal. I go, wow, that's really cool. So got a free meal. We had a great meal and a couple of drinks. And it was an enjoyable afternoon. And then had a chance to talk with her about what I'm doing with podcasting and video casting. She's a mortgage lender down there. And she sees the opportunity of using this medium, this audio video medium, to enhance her business. So I'm making a plug for myself. If you have a business and you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. It can be pre-recorded. You don't have to do it live. You can come in studio, or I can call you and we can do it by phone. This is not that hard, but it's very difficult. No, I shouldn't say difficult. It's hard. It's not hard or difficult. It's a little complicated. There's a lot of moving little parts. And if you don't have that technical knowledge, it can be overwhelming. But I've made it simple and easy for anyone to come in, sit down with me, and do recordings. Like I said, the mall has been a great starting place. I can see this expanding. Already looking at talking to some other people about doing some other podcasts, producing and directing those for them, where I'm just either the co-host or just a voice and do all of the other guidance and stuff. And I would really, really, really appreciate if you go to cvn.fm, it's on the screen, cvn.fm, go listen to some of them, critique them. And if it sucked, say so. Hey, say, Vinny, look, man, that wasn't that great. Well, you know what? Some of them aren't great. Some are going to really suck. If everyone's 100% every day, then that'd be boring. So, I always don't mind if you go, geez, that one was really bad. Yeah, and I know it when I get done. I can tell you that I can feel it. It just didn't have the flow. So if you can go to cvn.fm and just go listen. These videos will rebroadcast on Facebook, and I've got them going to YouTube. So they're out in multiple locations. I don't do these podcasts for the video. The video is an enhancement, because without the video, it's hard for people to find you on the internet, because podcasts don't have search engine capability where the video does, and this goes out on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and all those other places where people can search and find it. A podcast is an audio component. And I've been watching or listening, I should say. Well, actually watching and listening, Adam Carolla has become my favorite. If you don't ever watch or listen to podcasting, go listen to Adam Carolla. He does a video cast, which is what I call this, and he calls that, is we're doing a podcast with a video incorporated. But the emphasis is conversation, the talking part. The video is just an add-on so that you can kind of see the characters. And, he's on camera with his producer and director and his co-host, and then they bring in a guest. And that's the format that I kind of like. And we're going to get ready to gear next week with some real estate people that I know personally. We're going to kind of put a program like that together for the real estate profession and for consumers out there to become familiar with the real estate profession and how to buy and sell real estate, because that's what I've done. And I've done a few other things too. So I just, again, don't want to take everyone's time, and I appreciate your time if you do watch or do listen. And I am deeply grateful for everyone who has taken time to watch and listen and critique. I see my cousin Guido once in a while pops in from Italy and makes little comments, and I appreciate you, Guido. Yes, I have a cousin Guido. And I want to get back to the fun part. I want to bring in other people into this genre. Don't be afraid. The microphone's not going to hurt you. If you flub up, who cares? We're not perfectionists. We're not going for Emmys or Academy Awards. We're here to tell a story. And that is my entire goal. So again, if you get a chance, go to cvn.fm. You can leave reviews, I think, and critiques or comments on there. Like I said, some of them really sucked. I mean, when you first start out, you start out ugly. I'm still in that ugly stage. I'm not a perfectionist at this, and I don't ever want to be. I want to grow at it and get better at it. And the mall has given me this opportunity by having a professional studio here. If you come in and see this, no one has anything like this probably within 50 miles or 100 miles of here. We have done something unique here at the Crystal River Mall that nobody else is doing. And it's a medium that everybody here locally and even remotely can take advantage of with me. Look, it's not going to cost you anything to try it before you buy it. Okay? That's the old term. Try it before you buy it. Hey, if you like the outcome, we'll go further. We'll talk about a program, something that will work for you, not against you. And I'll be more than happy to, guide you through it. You're not going to have the pain and the agony I had first getting started. Luckily, I had enough background knowledge on a lot of these components that I wasn't totally panicked or afraid to do this. And a lot of people are afraid to do the video. Look, I know I look goofy on video, and I don't worry about it. You get over it and you move on. I do have a decent voice, so we've done some voiceovers. So again, give me a call, 888-738-7381, or VinnyDeRosa.com or cvn.fm, and listen to some of the stuff. Leave comments. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Thank you.